Here we are again, my darlings, and I promised that I would let you know what I found out from the court when I found out. Now, if you may just be as disgusted as I am about right now, but do me a favor, like and subscribe. And this one may be a little quicker because I am going live tonight with help. I'm haunted. But before we do that, it's time to now, I got to show you a couple of things. First of all, we are going to talk about, and I believe it is day 152. Am I correct? I know you'll correct me. It is at least 152, I think, and Nancy Guthrie. Okay, so now, my darlings, this is what happened in court. It's my understanding. Now, I'm not a lawyer, not a doctor, you know that. My understanding that this fellow, Dereck C, or what his name is, got 5 years probation. And somebody said that it was remarked that he didn't have anything to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. What? Said that he got the information off of a website for the family. What? And somebody else said that he was going to be going to rehab, and that was a part of the deal. We did not get to see him. They were not in court. We waited outside the court. Someone had gone inside the court and was reporting all this. But this is disgusting. And I'm going to tell you something. If that were you and I, I'd be busting rocks in Toledo at this point. I can tell you that right now. I would not. 5 years probation. Now, here's what I'm assessing from this. Did a few little cards before I came on air for you. I think there's much more going on behind the scenes. And I think that this is probation warrants the information that he was given. And if he did go to rehab, okay, let's hope he is cured from whatever it is ailing him. I don't mean to be smart, but that's pretty serious. Walked out of federal court within 30 minutes is my understanding. I was watching live, and there was so much commotion and everything else in the chat you couldn't really even hardly hear. But and you saw me shuffle. This tells the story. There was definitely some things going on. I'm going to tell you, I think there was a lot of pressure for information from him. And look at, where did you come from, little? Okay, so anyway, little Nat came in. Maybe he's a little spy. You don't know. But this is telling us to look very hard at the situation. I know that he was afraid, but I also know that he knew what was going on, and he knew what was given. Look, law enforcement, the FBI knows exactly how the mainstream media and the streamers are. They give us just a little breadcrumb, and then poof. And here, I'm going to put on the screen right now 2 things that I saved this morning. One, the FBI believes that the ransom notes are real. One, the FBI doesn't. We'll just wait here. We'll just wait here with our tea and crumpets until they make up their minds, because we think that we know. And is this done to confuse us? The 2 cards that we have here, interestingly enough, this is all about hidden things. So you can't tell me that there wasn't something hidden. There was something behind the scenes in this 5-year probation. He must have had something good. I'm also going to say, should we look for an arrest soon? Or something like that? If anything is going to happen, it will be before July 26th. But this right here, hidden things, hiding things, secrets, bringing the secrets out into the open, sharing those secrets, things that he knew that were so deep down. Oh, yeah. But I've got something. Oh, hello, Moisha. Don't want to let go. I've got something more that I want to ask you about. I'm going to move these to the side just for a minute. The other day we were talking about Nancy's buddies, her church buddies, the church ladies. I am now to the point where I don't feel any of these, because we're saying, why don't we know any of this stuff? We don't even know their names. We know family members' names, but we don't know the church lady names, and that's for a reason, obviously for security. We don't want them to be harassed. But the way they were acting, I'm going to tell you, based on everything today, I'm just going to say this. This is what I believe. They knew too much. They know too much. Now, there's something that I also want to think about here. Let's just say, for instance, you're wanting to be with your buddy. You're going to see the online church on Sunday morning. The online church is 2 hours ahead of you. So I think that started at like 9 and this was 11, something like this. And your church buddy doesn't show up. So don't you call, don't you text? How about then the church buddy calls Annie and Tommaso? Don't they call? Don't they check? Don't they text? Well, here is the official statement. Okay? Here's the official statement. There was no activity on her phone except February 1st. Okay, whoops, I did that wrong. February 1st at 1:47 a.m. there was a disconnect from the doorbell. That was the activity on Nancy's phone. Now, honest to God, there should have been more, but why aren't they saying? What's going on here? The other activity was February 1st at 2:28 a.m. And that's, and first of all, they said this was an intentional disconnect. Then at 2:28 a.m., her pacemaker disconnected from the device. Okay? So law enforcement is saying only 2 forms of activity was on Nancy's phone. Why? I also want you to know that I've been also snooping, and Savannah seems to be in England, or in the UK rather, to film, I guess, maybe some Wordle. But then there is the report that some things are too overwhelming and she can't be there. See, I don't know. All of this just does not make sense to me. I want to get a few cards out. I know that you all wanted to know. Wouldn't you be now surely to God, right? I'm not going to say, oh no, there was no activity, because first of all, I don't know, but it awfully seems too covert. This is now turning into a covert activity. Are they just trying to give us one of those, what they, I can't think of the name. I know that all of you will tell me. When, we grew up and we saw things a certain way, and then now they are another certain way, and we know it's not true. I know Mandela. It's a Mandela effect. I think that we are in a Mandela effect. Honestly, I think that we are in a Mandela. There's the widow. There's some jealousy and some sadness. You know, all of this points to such an inner tight woven circle. And we just don't know what we can believe. First, the FBI is doing this, and then the FBI is doing that, and then Pima County this, and Pima County that, and know this, and know that. My gosh. I feel like I'm watching a ping pong tournament. There is uncertainty between two people. I'm going to tell you right now the way things are going after Dereck pretty much walked. I'm just going to say that. And there's the female and there's the male right there. I'm going to be telling you I would be wiping out my pants in biblical proportion. Because when someone walks like that, and remember yesterday in the reading, there was the bird cage, and I just thought that little bird was going to sing. And no, this information probably will not be public. It never is. Even though there's people in the courtroom, deals are made outside. This was too sweet. He was looking at 15 to 20 years in prison just for doing this. He pled guilty. There were 2 charges. He pled guilty to both of them. And then basically they said, well, you didn't have anything to do with Nancy. Right, okay. We're waiting. Right, my darlings? Right? You see, there's money there. There's someone behind. Someone gave Dereck a little visit. I can tell you that right now. And sent a message and pretty much said, look, pal, this is what we want, and this is what you're going to get, and this is what you're going to give us. If I were these two over here, oh, I would be shaking like a leaf. Because it's coming. It's coming. I just wanted to give you that briefly. You know I'll have more, but hopefully I'll see you tonight. Help, I'm Haunted, 7 p.m. Eastern. I can't wait for you to see this one. Thanks so much, my darlings. I'll see you there.